Hello P6, welcome to our interview practice part 2. I hope you enjoyed practicing part 1. Now, today we're going to talk about more things outside of school. So let's practice talking about clubs. What clubs are you part of? I am part of the Scouts, Red Cross, Brownies. Tell the interview what you do in this club. In this club, I go camping, or maybe you learn, or you practice something. Tell them why you're part of that club. I like the Scouts because I can. What do you do? Make new friends, help people, be healthy, or maybe you learn new things. You should also talk about volunteering. Volunteering is when you do something good for another person or the environment. I volunteer. When do you volunteer? Do you volunteer on Tuesdays, the weekend, or maybe it's just during the summer, which is also fantastic. And what do you do when you volunteer? I pick up litter. Maybe you visit old people, or maybe you visit young people. And talk about the volunteering. What does it do? Why do you visit these people? Well, when you do it, it helps the poor people. Or maybe picking up litter, it helps the environment. I think volunteering is good, important, fun. Tell them what you think. Another thing you should talk about in your secondary school interview is about travel or school trips that you have been on. For example, I went to, name the place. Perhaps you went to Taiwan or Singapore. Tell them who you went with. I went to Taiwan with my school, or maybe you went with your family. Tell them what you did while you were there. I tried a food, a drink, a snack. It can't be something normal like rice or pizza. It should be from that country. I tried Taiwan tofu. Yeah? Something to that place. Tell them what it was like. It was sticky, bitter, sweet, smelly, salty. How did that food taste? Did you like it? I liked it, or I didn't like it. There's no right or wrong answer here. Tell them what else you did when you were on your trip. I also visited the museum, park, or maybe you visited a school or a market. Tell them what you learned when you went there. You learned about the food, the history, the nature. We go on trips to see how other people live. Then talk about how it is different to your life or different to Hong Kong. I think Taiwan is different to Hong Kong because what is different? The food, the buildings, the weather, the people? Is the language different? Is the money different? There are many things for you to talk about. You should always say that you are grateful and happy to be able to travel. Not everyone is able to travel. I am thankful to my parents for allowing me to go on this trip. I enjoyed my school trip, but I missed my... What did you miss? We always miss something when we go on holiday. Maybe you missed your parents or your friends. If you've never been on a trip, that's okay. You should, though, say you want to go on a trip. Where would you like to go? I've never been on a trip, but I would like to visit. Where would you like to visit? Maybe Australia? I want to try. What would you try in Australia? Maybe Australian barbecue or Australian drinks. And you can visit the museums or parks, maybe the markets or beaches. Show that you have an understanding of the world outside of Hong Kong. At your secondary school interview, you should, of course, talk about that school. Talk about your next school. When you go for the interview, you should research the school. Go on to the school website. What clubs does the school have? Do they go on any school trips? What special activities do they do? And what competitions or awards has the school won? You must do research before going to the interview. Then, in the interview, you can say, I would like to go to this school because your school is very good at. What are they good at? Maybe they're good at math or English, basketball, chess. And you tell the school, I would like to be part of this. You want to play more basketball. You are good at basketball and would love to join their team. Remember to be polite to the school at the interview. I think the students and teachers at your school are friendly. I will make a great student at your school because I am a hard-working and polite student. Now, just like in practice 1, go to the start of the video, listen to Miss Murr read, pause the video. What would you say? How does it fit you? This is the end of part 2. There was a lot more to read and to practice in this video, but I hope it is good practice. Remember to speak out loud. This is a spoken interview. You do not need to write too much. You do not need to think inside your head too much. Remember to speak out loud and to be confident and smile. I'll see you next time. Bye.